I was really thinking about going to pick up a van earlier today. I kind of wanted to look at it, and got my mom's, husband to drive me there. I gave him some gas money and stuff, and he was kind enough to drive me. And the guy who was acting like he's selling the thing, but he didn't seem too clear on whether or not he honestly wanted to sell it. And I took more than half of the money I have left basically out of the bank because I'm getting low, thinking I should move into a van or something, right? And I thought about going. We get there, we get to the spot where we're supposed to meet him. I just had a weird, like, bad vibe, bad feeling going on. Like, something didn't feel right. Something seemed off. The guy's supposed to be some sort of Christian minister and everything, even. So I thought, hey, it's probably somebody you could trust the guy, maybe legit. But then again, maybe it was all a front. Maybe it was all fake. I There was just a weird vibe, and things seemed strange. And I noticed he said, "Oh, we'll meet in this public place. Let's go to some part of Salem that I don't really know. Pull up to this place where he says, "Oh, we'll meet in a public place." And yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a public place. But what's strange, I noticed that there weren't any surveillance cameras on the buildings there. It was a little shopping center, but it seemed odd. I guess I'm used to seeing cameras everywhere, but in this spot, I didn't see any. So that made me a little uneasy that he says public place directs me to some part of a town that I don't really know that well, and that part of town doesn't have surveillance cameras, because I'm just so used to seeing them everywhere. Like, was it a setup? Were you about to get robbed? Or was the guy a con artist pretending to be a minister? Or am I just being freaking paranoid? I mean, I get these. I've had a lot of times in my life where I get these, like, this instinct or this vibe that, like, something isn't right. And when I've had times when I haven't listened to that, and it come back to bite me in the ass real hard because I didn't pay attention to my instinct. Of course, I've had other times when I've listened to my instinct and it's saved my ass, and I've come to find out, like, I would be about to go somewhere, and then I get this feeling, like, bad feeling, like, no, I'm not gonna go on that. I'm not gonna go there, and then find out that something bad happened there, and if I would have been there, I would have got wrapped up in some shit or something. I find, so I have had these, you know, I sort of kind of learned to trust the instinct, but at the same time, it's like I think whatever is in this place, say archons or whatever you want to call this spiritual aspect or whatever, the interfering force. There can be good in it, but I think the darkness or whatever could also probably, like, mess with my head and just make me feel some sort of way to screw me over. But I don't know, so I don't know necessarily whether or not to trust my instincts anymore. If I get a bad vibe, is it just anxiety, or something just didn't feel right. So he took off. I didn't even look at the van. So did I just screw myself over, or was my instinct correct? Was I right to take off? You know, mom's husband had a weird feeling too, like something maybe wasn't right. He thought I made the right decision to get out of there, but I don't know. I know I'm blowing way too much money at a freaking staying in a motel and I haven't been able to get anywhere. I was thinking, how to get a van or something and keep from having to keep blowing money in a motel and maybe be able to try to start staying in a van to try to save money, I thought, but I don't know. Something didn't feel right. So I got the fuck out of there. I wonder if that's the right thing or it's hard to see what if I'm not really sure all the time. Like I know that I've had enough experiences where my instincts have steered me right. But I also know that there's some sort of force that potentially could like mess with me and try to fool my fucking instincts. That's possible. In order to screw me out of a good thing. That's possible. That's possible, right? I don't know. So I don't know. You know, a lot of times I'll have signs, what I think is signs of something good waiting for me, and turns out to be shit. So I don't know what to make of signs or what to believe or what to believe is right about an instinct or a signs or whatever or synchronicities. What's actually beneficial and comes from source or from something trying to help me and what actually is trying to pretend like it's coming from source and is actually trying to hurt me. I don't know. It's can get can get tricky. Well, I think it'd be good to get a van, but my money is getting lower and lower, and I got to do something about that, man. Something felt weird. I hope it wasn't a stupid decision. I hope there's some kind of miracle coming to save my ass in this situation here. I can make a way. A lot of time, it really doesn't. I really don't feel like I'm in control of my life, and I don't feel like there's anything I can really do to get control of my life either. Because I feel like my plans get, you know, I try to make plans, and the powers that be in this place laugh, and fuck up my plans or whatever. And I end up on whatever fucking plan they got for me or whatever. He, them, they, whatever the fuck it is. The forces that be. Seems like they got me right where they want me or whatever. I don't know. I seem to avoid a lot of like things that feel like big traps or whatever sometimes, but it definitely feels like ultimately I'm kind of caught in a trap that I can't get out of, and I don't know where the right path is to get out of the trap. I try to make plans, and that don't work. Generally, when I try to make plans or something, it just goes to shit. And I don't know.